back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the movie Aquaman. Now of course this is based on the DC Comics superhero of the same name, and this is actually the sixth film in the DC extended universe, which consists of Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and Justice League, which I have all those movies right here, And I've been enjoying all of them, But I know like a lot of the fans and critics and so on have been like criticizing most of these films. The main one that really stands out, I think, is like Wonder Woman, And at times they kind of say that Man of Steel was a pretty good film too as well, But this new DC extended universe film, Aquaman, it turns out it's another good installment in the series. I think it's very good, and it doesn't have too many references to like these films. They have like a couple like Easter eggs, and you do have to stay and watch the entire film to catch some of like the Easter eggs, or references to the next film in the series, or the next Aquaman film, basically, But there are hints of like what happened in Justice League and so on. Visually, it's like stunning, like the visual effects. I really would love to see like the making of this film and see how they put together like the actual visual effects, because the way they actually film like the actors and actresses and so on, the way they like carrying their dialogue and stuff, it's amazing how they was actually able to blend that into like an underworld like an environment. I think that was awesome how they did that, Now you have Jason Momoa in the role of Aquaman, Arthur Curry, and of course you get like the usual like origin story and so on about how he became who he was and where he's from and so on. Now I think like the best reputation of the character that I know was from this like DC universe animated film right here, which is Justice League, Dawn of Atlantis. Now this gave like a good origin story on the character of Aquaman, and I think this probably was the best they ever did so far that I know of, But now we got a full-fledged live-action film, based on the character, which I'm very familiar with, and it turns out they did a pretty good job on this film, Now you have James Wan, he's actually the director of this film too as well, and I think he did a good job on the direction of it and so on, But he's kind of like a household name anyway, Now the bulk of the film itself, the actual plot of the film, is about the idea of Arthur needing to become like the heir to the kingdom of Atlantis, which is like underwater, And of course he doesn't want to do it, because he doesn't really know about like his underwater like I guess you could say like relatives or so on. He just been Arthur Curry, like himself, he's actually like narrating the film as it goes on. And he actually reveals that his father was actually like a complete human, but his mother was actually Atlantean, She's like from like the underworld kingdom of Atlantis, and she was played by Nicole Kidman, She actually plays his mother. So his mother, like when the film opens up, she lands up at this like lighthouse, and that's where she actually meets Arthur's like father, Thomas Curry is the father of Arthur, and he actually meets the Atlantean woman known as Atalanta, and she's played by Nicole Kidman. Well, they of course meet, they form like a relationship, and they give birth eventually to Arthur, who has like the powers of like, of an Atlantean, like the people from like Atlantis, he can like communicate with like the animals and so on. He has like, I think, super strength and so on. Now that they don't really go into enough detail about it, but they do kind of like express it, a lot, like how the stuff that he is capable of. And I was interested in that, like his powers and so on, because I wasn't too familiar with like Aquaman's powers, But yeah, the film itself, it has that going on, but it's actually dealing with him needing to become the king of Atlantis, and it turns out that he has like another brother. His brother is actually full Atlantean, and he is played by Patrick Wilson. Now this character is known as Orm, and he eventually becomes, I guess you could say, the Ocean Master, Now he is like the antagonist of the film, but there is like another one in the film too as well, but he is like the main one, But in order for Arthur to be able to face his actual brother Orm, he needs like the trident, Now the trident actually belongs to like the first ruler of Atlantis, and they give you like a little origin about his character too as well, which is kind of cool, So Arthur actually needs to retrieve this trident in order to actually defeat Orm, and take his rightful place as king of Atlantis. Now along the way he meets Mira, and she's actually played by Amber Heard, and she is actually like the love interest of Arthur in this film, So they both go on this like journey to actually find a trident and locate it, And those moments were funny, because that's why they're doing this. They're being chased by like various like villains and enemies and so on, So I thought the moments with them were pretty cool, And another thing too about the film, like the action sequences, like whenever there's like fighting and stuff going on, I thought like the actual like hand-to-hand combat where they're fighting with like weapons and swords and stuff, I thought it was like superb. Like the way they filmed it, I thought those kind of moments were good. But the actual straight up like action, like where it's like shooting and like the animals and so on, all that was pretty good too as well. Now another, I guess you could say villain of the film, and this is a spoiler alert, is the Black Manta. Now he is known as, I think, David Kane, and he has a grudge against Arthur because like doing like a sequence like on the submarine where like Black Manta, where he's actually known as David Kane at this point. Him and his father are, I think, trying to take over the submarine for some kind of reason because they stole like a powerful like I think like stealth type ship or something like that, and they actually are attacking the submarine, and that's when Aquaman shows up and stops them. But while this is happening, David Kane, his father, is actually killed, and Arthur could have actually helped his father, you know, but like Arthur just left him there, you know, and just to die, you know. So that's why David Kane actually has like a grudge against Aquaman, and then he eventually becomes like the Black Manta. And I think his look is awesome, you know. I just felt like he could have more screen time. He's there, you know, but when he actually puts on the suit and actually be chasing Arthur in the mirror, I thought that moment that was awesome. Plus the scene where they're like in Italy, you know, and he's actually after them. I think that moment right there was probably one of the best scenes like in the film, you know, because they already had showed that anyway, you know. The other characters in the film, there's a bunch of them. You have William Dafoe as Noidus Volko, and he was like the counselor, the one who actually trained off the curve, you know, like to do like his abilities and so on, because you get to get a whiff for that doing like the flashback sequences. You also have Dolph Lundgren as Nereus, I think that's how you pronounce it, who is actually like the father of the mirror, you know. So he's actually in the film too as well. And I thought his role kind of stood out, you know, like for the time that he had. And he was actually there, you know, so it wasn't like, you know, like too short, you know. And then you have Nicole Kidman as Angelina. And I thought she was pretty good like in the whole role too. Well, at times I feel like she was kind of like overacting, but it kind of, when you think about it, kind of fit what the character was, and it did kind of fit what it was, you know, in my opinion. But yeah, this film, like I say, I thought Jason Momoa, he was good, like in the role of Arthur Curry Aquaman. I was surprised at that, you know, like his performance, you know, I thought was pretty good. You know, he has like the humor and the way he spoke his lines and everything. I was kind of surprised at how good his performance was, you know. I didn't really expect that, you know. But at times I thought these were kind of like the flaws of the film too. Like the actual look of Atlantis and the idea that it actually exists, but seems like just so far-fetched and like almost like unbelievable, you know. The film kind of like drags too at times, you know. I feel like it kind of dragged too much, you know, and so on. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty entertaining film, you know. I really did like it a lot. So at the end of Aquaman, I would definitely recommend this based on just like the visual look of the film. Like I said, I would definitely be interested in watching like the making of this film. Like the action was awesome, especially like the hand-to-hand combat, you know. I thought the humor was good, you know, like the various like enemies and so on. I thought were pretty good. The characters, you know, were interesting, and I am definitely looking forward to seeing like a sequel to this film. And they do have, it does have like Easter eggs in it too. You know, you have to actually watch the credits and stuff to see other stuff, you know, or get a glimpse of what they might do like in a sequel, you know, as well. So in the end, I'm giving an Aquaman. I kind of want to give it a solid B, but I feel like there was certain things that kind of held it back, you know. At times it'd be like it'll go up, you know, and then just like just drop, you know. So like I'm going to just give it a B minus, and I'll definitely recommend it for like fans of like these DC universe films, you know, or if you're a fan of the Aquaman character, period, I'll definitely recommend it for that crowd. So I'm giving Aquaman, I'm giving it a B minus. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.